here we come down the road. We're getting close to the kick. Following the kip, going to the kick. It's like you go into Wally World and the rides are open. Oh, look at this. The Mecca. We're here at the Kicker World headquarters.
You got your golden ticket?
Hope so. Do we have our golden tickets, Kip?
That's what I am. I'm your golden ticket.
All right.
But it's, before we walk in, and we actually do a presentation, talk about stuff, at least I do, but Steve was a young guy, going to college, trying to figure things out, trying to figure out just life. Why am I here? What am I doing? I can't learn anymore and everything else. He, among a lot of things he came across, but he found Christ. And he is a full Christian through and through. And he believes in God, family, and company, in that order. And so when we go in, it was a BC Gloria, the brass right before he did this place, he wanted his Sola de Gloria, which means all glory to God. He truly believes that all of his success is attributed to his faith in Christ and him sharing it back with us. So
That's great. That's really great. I've never heard that before, but that raises the respect level even higher. All right, guys, here we're entering Kicker World Headquarters in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I'm going to do my best to walk you guys through a tour here at the facility. They do give these tours. You can give them a call if you're anywhere near Stillwater, Oklahoma, and check it out. I highly recommend it. Let's see what's going on. What you think about that, Rob?
Unimus. About this.
It's the horse.
Yeah.
That's one of them. It doesn't say no touching. They did a really good job with the aesthetics.
Yeah.
What you think, Jay? I would say JDR approves, but yeah, as soon as you walk into this facility, it's just like the car stereo mecca. Subwoofers, amplifiers, all kind of cool stuff. Let's see about these subs on the wall.
But as you can see, these are actual L7 woofers that are hanging on the wall. And if you look real close, you can see the gray wire that's twisted around the guy wire in the back coming back.
Yeah.
And then there's a computer, it's an AMX computer that's been programmed with a relay bank. And it just basically sends out 12-volt DC pulses.
That's like half a hertz. So not only really cool aesthetics here, we also have some lessons. You can see how a speaker works, very cool. And then we have vehicles like this 1961 Ford Econoline pickup, 10,000 watt system, 600 horsepower, turbocharged V8, super sweet install. I'm going to show you some of the video here, and I'm going to show you the inside of it. Check it out. This thing is sweet. Center.
You gotta look upside down.
Look what?
Roof.
Oh yeah! Wow! Look at that. Holy moly guacamole!
It's on the headliner.
Look at that, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Now, Rob, do you think you could fit beside me if I drove this?
Yeah, we fit in Exo's car.
and Jason.
Jason can ride.
Think we can all fit in there?
I think so.
Man, I sure wouldn't want to have a head-on collision with anybody.
No.
Woo.
It'd be brief.
Yeah, it would. So we could have spent all day in the museum, but we did have a tour planned. First thing up was amplifier testing. John Myers had a setup here where he had a test bench, and he was showing us how he could compare unregulated versus regulated amplifiers, how voltage affects the power output, and also we got efficiency shown between older amps and newer amps and how much more efficient the newer amps are. So this is a really cool demo. I caught a lot of it on video, but it's just way too much to show you guys here, but it's really cool. So you guys know I'm old school. Vintage speakers are on the top of my list. We got to see quite a few of the old Kicker speakers here. Stillwater Designs is what it was called back in the 70s. And they actually started with Pro Sound equipment. As you can see here, this Pro Sound subwoofer. And here is a monitor. We're going to get Steve Irby to tell us a little bit about it.
It's just oddball stuff. This was some stage monitors. We used to make those in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they fit on a mic stand.
In addition to Pro Sound, they also did home speakers, which these home towers are really cool. And who's ever seen these? These are designed to fit behind the couch. That's right, they got a passive radiator, a woofer, and a tweeter that's designed to shoot up from behind the couch. And then we have everybody's favorite that likes the old school kicker, the gold letter subs. Yes, they had these in a cabinet. Very nice, 15-inch, 18-inch, and more. Now, let's jump into the warehouse. Oh my God, this warehouse was enormous. I can't even put it into pictures how big it was. Let's go through a little bit of it and see what it's about. One of the sections here was returns, and this is all stuff that comes back from retailers, and they said like 70% of what's returned, there's nothing wrong with it. So here's a kicker Warhorse. Oh man, so much drool in this amp. I showed this on Instagram and got a massive feedback. Maybe we'll get one of these in. I can show it closer. I'm sure you guys will like to see that, right? You know it. The amp was here in the amplifier repair section, as well as some other cool stuff here. But we're going to let Kip tell us a little bit about the repair process.
And as I came in, I mean, Aziz was quite quick to point it out, but we really strive, if it's a warranty that's, you know, under 90 days, the dealer or consumer's getting it back immediately. It just gets an amp shipped out to them. But if it is a repair, then we will repair it under warranty, and our goal is to have it out in less than 72, and Aziz will tell you it's usually less than 48 as far as our turnaround.
Unfortunately, this little wall here wasn't powered up, but you guys are going to see a more impressive wall coming up at the end of the video. Anyway, so let's continue the warehouse tour. Get to see all kind of cool kicker signs, including this really old one back from the early 80s. That's right, this is the original The Kicker logo. Here's me and Rob Vega from Hi-Fi Vega holding up the sign. And here is the original kicker speaker, $249. It was introduced back in 1980, 2 6.5s, a 10-inch passive, and 2 horn mids and tweets on the top. You can see Stillwater's vision here. Yep, that's impressive as always. And here's a section where they do installs. And this Polaris here is actually being built for SEMA, which I know SEMA's already come and gone by now, but you can see this really cool install bay. And they just have everything they need to do these top quality installs. Very cool. And some really cool work stools here. 73 kicker. Then we got to move on to the kicker tractor trailer. Let's get a little bit more about that.
This is actually in the middle of rebuild right now. Not this summer, but last summer / spring, we do an event up in Manhattan, Kansas called the Country Stampede. We're the title sponsor for it. And we actually got hit. It was either an F1 tornado or straight line winds. They didn't determine which it was, but we actually lost our awning. It did damage to the exterior of the truck. And so we had to gut the entire interior because to replace the outside panels and stuff, you have to do it from the inside out.
Yeah.
So it'll be 24,000 watts on the bottom end in here. There's going to be those 11-inch marine cans. There'll be 6 of those across the top here. Ouch. For top end. When we bring people in here, we require you to wear hearing protection. We give you a set of earplugs. It's more of a visceral experience room.
Yeah.
When you play it at normal levels, it sounds fantastic in here. I mean, it's really a pretty cool rig.
Nice thick baffle. Our tour continues on in the warehouse, and I've been in warehouses before. This warehouse is extremely efficient layout design. Lots of stuff going on here, folks. And our buddy Jason was getting a personal tour by Steve Irby. Now let's move into testing some speakers. And yes, they test each speaker individually. Very impressive. Now let's move on to testing amplifiers. They use Audio Precision. And yeah, these are very impressive tools here. Cost between $25,000 and $50,000. Let's get Ethan to tell us a little bit about it.
Yep, 8.76. We're at 1% THD right now, and we're making over 900 watts right now.
Nice. They also test subwoofers with a tool called the Clipple, which is actually a laser that's connected into a computer. Let's let Kip tell us about it a little bit.
Your test or device under test completely still, and then that calibrated laser fires up against it, goes up in the interface box and ties to the computer, and all the different tests you see people put out on a Clipple, we can analyze, look at anything of that here right in-house. And a Clipple's 25K, we have 2 of them.
How long does the test have to run?
Could be from minutes to hours. Depends on which one.
They also had a completely sound-deadened sound room designed for critical listening. So this room is set up so that they can easily switch between multiple different types of speakers, setups, and see how they sound. compare everything. And here's also a different room for in-depth testing. Now let's check the individual components of a speaker. Check this out.
And then these are all the different pressing processes that it goes through
Oh, wow.
to walk through to the end, and then finally powder coat to make a stamped woofer basket. And it's one thing to see a woofer basket done, but this is all the different steps it has to go through to get there.
I mean, look at all this. The pressing is all the different stages.
It's impressive.
You big dummy! Don't.
But on bump. And like, you know, a spider, I
Yeah.
mean, it just starts off as cotton cloth, and then it's treated, and then it's shaped and heated and formed, and then pressed and punched, and then tinsel leaves put into it. I mean, but it just starts off as a t-shirt.
What do you treat it? What do you treat it with
It's,
to get it?
it's some kind of resin that's impregnated into the
Like-
cloth.
All right, from left to right here in our tour, on the left is Jason, then we have Steve, and that's me, Big D. Then we have High Five Vega, and we also have Kip from Kicker. Now, next up, this is probably my favorite part of the tour. This is the wall. This is actually in the museum section of Kicker, kind of at the front of the building. And yeah, you can see here, check out all the square subs here. 16 15-inch subs. It's hard to understand how big this is, so it got me and Rob's big old head there to kind of give you an idea. But 23,000 watts for this whole setup. And again, they show some of the other subs here, like the Solo X's, the L7's and stuff here on the side, and some of the other different speaker components. But they have the line array of 16 6.5-inch and tweeters, and there's 16,000 watts on the subs, 4,000 watts on the mids, and about 3,000 on the tweeters. Let's see it. What an incredible day. And any distortion that you may have heard was just my microphone not being able to keep up with those subs. But I want to give Kicker a big shout out, big thanks for giving us a tour. Me, Jason, and Rob, they really hooked us up. Steve and Kip and Bill, everybody was awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We do greatly appreciate it. So the best way I can describe it is I walked in a Kicker fan, I left a Kicker fanatic. And that has to do with how the company was run all the way up to the top. Steve Irby, all the employees, everybody was just top notch. We just had a best day, and to see how a quality company is run is just very impressive. But if you want to see more, make sure you check out 5-Star Car Stereo's review of Kicker, and they go through a lot more in-depth detail than I did. They have a really good video. Check the link in the video description. But again, thanks everybody for watching. What an awesome day. Till next time, Big D, I'm out of here. All right, guys, so I know it's a bummer, but I can't play back any more of this music here because it was flagged for copyright, unfortunately, but just have to get a closer look at this awesome install in this Metro. Super clean, super sweet install here, and it sounded phenomenal. Sorry I can't let you hear any more, but hope you guys enjoyed the video.